So here's the basic supplies you'll need. Some craft foam, I just got mine from Walmart and it's 2mm thick. Some work gloves, you probably want some that are thicker than these. You'll see why later. Some scissors or X-Acto knife, some sealant, and some kind of paint, and also your hot glue gun. If it's your first time, it'll help if you have a template, and I got mine from stormthecastle.com, and his YouTube channel is called Epic Fantasy. So basically you're going to print out your template, cut out the pieces, or make your own template. To give it some extra girth, I pasted mine just with a glue stick onto like a beer box to help trace onto the craft foam, so the pen has something to grab onto. But you don't really need that. And also I thought it was cool, I pasted a pattern on another template there. These are all labeled to keep them in order. And basically you're going to take your pieces, lay them down, trace them out on there. I'm trying a slightly different pattern this time. Now you're just going to cut out all your pieces. And of course you would only need one template. I just thought it looked cool. These three are the same. All 6 of these are the same. And all the knuckle pieces are the same. So there's really not that many different pieces. Even though I didn't label these ones, you should be able to figure it out. Okay, maybe this is better than scissors. So on my first pair, I did the Mod Podge, Plasti Dip, and then spray paint for the final color, but I think this time I'll just try the spray Mod Podge and then black Plasti Dip on top. And for these rivets, I just got these paper fasteners. Also gonna try out some spikes on these new ones. But for now I'm just gonna cut out the rest. Now you're going to have to heat up the pieces, which will allow you to give them some curve, and it should seal the foam a little bit to help give it some rigidity. I'm just using an iron with a paper towel. Oh, not hot enough. And the paper towel so the foam doesn't stick to the iron. And you're going to want some round objects to help mold onto. You can put them on there. Oh, that one's a little too small, so we'll just use this one. And hold them on there till they cool down. And doesn't take long. This one I just had to make sure that the foam wasn't sticking out so the iron wouldn't melt it at all. This one might be easier if you have someone to help you. If you want to get a nice shape on the back of the hand. And not quite hot enough. I think I'd turn the iron up after I do a few more. So you're going to put your hand down and use your hand to mold the back. Then you just do the wrist pieces the same way. Kind of just held that one around my wrist. doesn't hurt to overbend them because they might bend back a little bit. Now you're just gonna tape them all down, get them ready to be sprayed. So I gave them another coat of the spray, but it seems like it's just soaking in, so I'm gonna try the Mod Podge paste on half of them and just do the spray on the other half, and we'll see if it makes a difference. Now we're just gonna coat half of these with the Mod Podge, and probably might be a better way to do this, but I'm pretty new at this stuff. Here's what I'm gonna try. Paint the front, holding it there. I'm gonna paint this little back tip, and then when it dries, I'll hold it there and I'll paint the rest. So here's the prototype for the spikes. I took a piece of paper, curled it up, taped it temporarily. This is just Mod Podge and paint on there. Ignore the paint. It'll be painted black later. I made some extra ones as reinforcement. I'll glue those in there and maybe fill it with some kind of paper mache. Tiny bit. Then pop some more paper in there. Do a few more layers of that. See where that gets me. Then we're just gonna do the other side. No. I just realized my plan wasn't working, so I had that painted. I could hold it nicely, paint the rest, but then I forgot to paint that. Now if I lay it down, it'll probably get stuck to the cardboard. So I might have to let this dry, then paint the other spot I missed. I have no idea if this will work, but I'm just gonna mix some glue with some paper, fill her up, leave it to dry. We'll see what happens. There's more paper. There's more. Alright, now do 2 coats on here, and of course make sure you're in a well ventilated area if you're spraying. The ones I used this Mod Podge on are looking pretty nice compared to the other ones. Give them a spray with this black plastic dip. Let those dry, then we'll do the other side. Well, we're gonna try out something with the spikes. Let's do something a little bigger than that. Ah, yes. I've had this for like 10 years. Got it right after high school. Reminds me of the good old days. It might be too big, but let's try it. Alright, I figured out the hole has to be a little bit smaller than this for these spikes to work. I did watch one YouTube video on how to do this a few months ago, but I'm just gonna try to figure it out. So I don't know if you can see on camera, but the ones that I used the water-based Mod Podge on look so much better than the other ones. Like, I almost feel bad even using the other ones. I think I'll do another coat on there. Gah. And then paint them again. Some parchment paper for this back piece. Worked. Oh yeah, I think it did. Oh, just come up a little bit. Tilt your hand back very far. That's how I get the crease in there. There we go. Ooh, on top. See if I can do this left-handed. This is why you might want thicker gloves. Sticking. There we go. So yeah, I got this one on backwards, so it doesn't burn my hand, and this side won't stick as bad as that side.